How long were you waiting for?
Say again?
You were waiting for how long?
Oh no, yeah, I just arrived not long. It's okay, it's okay. I know I'm early.
Okay.
It's okay.
Do you want something?
I have a drink,
Yeah.
it's okay.
So yeah. So
You
I'm
have taken your
Nasia.
lunch?
No, I'll eat after this.
Uh, are you going to take your lunch first?
No, I'll eat later.
You're okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
yes,
fine.
yes, yeah.
So I'll introduce myself. I'm Nasia. I'm studying in Raffles Designs Institute in Clarke,
Okay.
and I'm currently doing my BA honors. And for that, for the major project, I've chosen to make an application which would identify objects and read text.
Okay.
So for that, I wanted to know what your life is like on a daily basis.
So what is your purpose and intention for all this?
So I wanted to make an app which would help the elderly and visually impaired community so that they can navigate easily throughout their daily life. So they don't need any kind of assistance. They can be independent. So they can identify any objects or colors in front of them, and they can, suppose if you're in a restaurant and you have a menu card, so you can read that menu card with the help of this application.
So you are trying to make an app
Yeah.
that can recognize object.
Yeah. And read text.
What kind of base is that? AI based?
So basically, there's this thing called Google Vision. So it's an API which they've just recently come out with, and it can identify objects, and it can read text, and it can read logos, so it can detect everything.
I see.
So
So
it's
it can
pretty
help people
accurate.
like us
Yeah.
to recognize when we move around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Okay. What is it that you want to know from me?
So I want to know, like simple things like what you do on your daily, like in your daily life. How did you get here?
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. For me, because I'm almost totally blind. I am sort of about 95% blind. I can say my right eye is totally blind. My left eye I can only see shadow, so I cannot recognize people, but I can recognize a little bit of shadow, objects, and so on. Okay. So in a sense, I can more or less make out.
Okay.
I can more or less make out what certain things are. After some time, I get used to it. I know what is happening. So it's easier for me to move around compared to people who are totally blind. Okay, but of course, I also cannot see properly and so on. My eye nerve is dead. Therefore, I see things. Like if I go out in the daylight, it's like 8 o'clock in the night.
Okay.
I can't see very clearly, and I cannot recognize people and so on. But of course, moving objects I can tell. Okay, I move out a lot. I move a lot. I go out a lot on my own. I tend to take public transport, bus, MRT, which is okay for me. Okay, because when I take bus, the only thing that I cannot do is basically recognizing the bus number.
Yeah.
That is the basic problem. Okay, so I have to ask people what bus is coming. But what happens is, there are a lot of those bus apps now that I uses, so I can tell approximately when the bus is coming. Okay, so normally within about 2-3 minutes before the bus reach the bus stop, I will ask somebody if the bus arrived, then let me know. In that sense, so I take the correct bus. Sometimes when I board the bus, I will also ask the bus drivers what number it is and so on. I also uses other apps to help me in alighting the bus. Okay, because sometimes when I ask the bus driver, they forget.
Yeah.
So I get down the wrong bus stop.
Okay.
So that is very troublesome.
Yeah.
So I use other apps to help me with GPS and so on. It helps me to determine which bus stop I can alight or when is the next. So the app will tell me 2 bus stops in advance that I'm supposed to alight, or 1 bus stop before and so on. Then I alight at the correct bus stop. Okay. From there onwards, I will sort of move around and so on. Sometimes I will ask people for some direction. Like for example, today, I have never been to this Starbucks. Right? So I know where is 313 Somerset.
Yeah.
I take a bus and do 313 Somerset. I alight I walk into 313 Somerset, I have to ask somebody because this is not downstairs.
Oh,
I thought it was on the
even
first
I.
floor.
Yeah.
You know. So when I ask somebody, somebody are kind enough to tell me that it's on the second floor. And even on the second floor, because it's right inside, it's not
Yeah.
outside, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh,
So again, I have to ask somebody and people tell me it's inside. So when I finally find the Starbucks, then it's fine. I can sort of navigate and maneuver the thing and so on. Okay. For people like me, sometimes people don't know I'm blind because I don't look like I'm blind.
yeah.
Okay, I look like quite okay unless I carry my white cane out or I tell people I'm blind. Sometimes people see me walk, they know I'm more or less blind, cannot see and so on. Okay, so some people will help me, okay? But most of the time I move around myself. My daily routine, actually, I don't really have a daily routine. I normally stay at home. If not, I go out. I always like to go out to, say, for example, hawker centres. I take my lunch there.
Okay.
Okay? I go out to hawker centres on my own. I take a bus. For example, from my house, I will go to 5 or 6 hawker centres nearby my house
Okay.
that I move around.
Okay.
Sometimes I go to Parkway, sometimes I go to Bedok, sometimes I go to Chinatown, etc., etc. And then I go there for lunch. Okay. After some time, I get used to the place. I know how to walk and so on. So it's not so dangerous. If I go to a place which is new, then I will have to be more careful.
Yeah.
That is about the main thing. Okay. Most of the time, I don't really do much things. After all, I cannot see. I cannot work. I already retire. Okay. I'm already 57 years old. So I retire already. I listen to things like audiobook.
Oh,
National Library
Yeah.
audiobook. I borrow many audiobooks.
okay.
So most of the time I listen to audiobooks. I listen to music. I listen to news and so on. I use handphones very extensively.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. For people like us, no choice.
Yeah.
I use a handphone. We have got this what we call talkback.
Yeah.
This one help the blind. Every time you touch, they tell you, they talk back to you, and then you can know the thing. So I'm quite okay at using the handphone
Okay.
because I'm previously from IT line.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
I know quite well. Okay. I have been blind for about 3 years already, slightly more than 3 years. So before I go blind, I of course have used handphones and so on. So I know the thing quite well. So when I go blind, it's easy for me to switch over. Okay, so with the talkback thing, I can use the handphone quite well. Okay, so I listen to news. I can see Facebook. I can, but of course it doesn't. It is not as good as people like you who are visually okay. Okay, for example, Facebook sometimes will tell you what the picture is.
Oh, okay. So
When you switch to talkback,
yeah.
sometimes it will tell you what the picture is. They will try to describe the picture, but it's most of the time not accurate. Eh? Things like that. So I can use apps like news apps, whatever news that you have, social media and so on, emails and so on. I can use. It's not so much of a problem for me. More or less, my daily routine is such. I can do most of the things myself.
Okay.
I try not to go out alone in the night.
Yeah.
Simply because it is slightly more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people who ride bicycles and so on, they don't see me at night. Even if I carry a white cane, sometimes they don't see me.
Oh.
They may knock into me. Okay, so I mean, if I go out at night, I try to take precaution.
Yeah.
I will switch on some lights like what I have down here. These are blinking lights and so on that I use.
Oh, okay.
It's very bright, and then bicycle people can see. This is actually a bike light,
Oh, okay.
because I used to bike myself last time, but now cannot bike, so I use this kind of thing. But this is for people to see me, so that they don't knock into me and so on. But other than that, I'm quite okay going out independently. Okay. But it is good if I can recognize, if you can give me something that I can recognize object.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, if I can wear a spectacle like Google Glass and I can recognize something, that will be very fantastic.
Yeah.
That will really help because you can really tell.
Yeah.
You know, that is the kind of things if you are thinking of doing, people like us will appreciate it very much. Yeah.
So do you ever go to a supermarket
Yes, I do.
on
I
your
do.
own?
Yes.
So how do you detect the objects?
I use OCR things and so on. I have got OCR apps that I can sometimes read the labels and so on.
Okay.
Because from touch and object, I can more or less tell the object, you know. But sometimes I do not know what is it. If I use the OCR, sometimes I can read the label and then I can tell a little bit of it, and I can know most of the time what the thing is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Otherwise,
OCR do you
yeah.
use? What OCR app do you use?
I'm using this one called Text Scanner and Translate.
Sorry?
Text Scanner and Translate.
Okay. And it's accurate?
Text Scanner is quite okay. It's fast and it is quite accurate, and it also recognizes handwriting.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it also recognizes, but the bad thing about this is it is an advertisement kind of app. So there are a lot of advertisement on it which I don't like.
Yeah.
And I can't buy the app because there's no such thing as I buy and they remove the advertisement.
Oh, okay.
And it requires the internet to work.
Oh,
Without internet it doesn't work properly, just like not like the translator.
okay.
Translator you can
Yeah.
also use it to read, not just to translate, but you
Oh.
can also use it to read.
Oh, I
You know,
didn't
like
know
for
that.
example, I can scan like OCR, I can use it and then it will still read back in English.
Oh,
That
okay.
can be done with the translator.
Okay.
The more common one that people use is the translator,
Okay.
but I prefer to use this text scanner, which is faster.
Okay.
It's very much faster and so on, and it reads most of the time, and it's very good.
Could you show me?
Sure. You see, it's very easy to use because you just give it this, and then you will, you know, like for example down here, because
Okay.
I can see a little bit, so I can just. You see, this thing is bad is because it depends on the internet speed.
Oh, okay.
If the internet is fast, it's okay. If the internet is slow, then it's sometimes a little bit slower.
Okay.
Yeah, let me. Is there something here?
Yeah, it's a little wet.
Because at home I use it is very fast because I have a fast connection at home.
Okay, yeah.
So you know, if outside if the internet is fast, it's okay. If the internet is like now is slow, then
Yeah.
it will take a lot of time to use. You know. It takes some time now because I think either that or the picture is no good.
Yeah, I think it's because it's wet.
Error. Because I don't know how good the thing is. Because if it doesn't read the thing properly, okay. You see, it will read the thing. And it's pretty fast as you see just now. The second time when I do it, it's pretty fast. You see, the first time probably because I didn't take the photo properly, but it does the thing. You know? So it's you see, because there are advertisement that I don't like. If there is no advertisement, it's actually quite okay. I can actually start to scan the second picture or whatsoever.
And what about the interface? Do you like how all the icons are placed? And is it easy for you to access every feature on this app?
Say again?
Is it easy to access every feature on this application?
Yeah, very easy to access. It's no problem at all, you know. It's no problem at all.
Can you show me some apps that you like using on your phone?
What kind of things you want me to show you on my phone?
Some good accessible apps that you use.
Okay, bus app. I use two bus apps.
Okay.
Okay, one is SingBus that allows me to see bus stops, bus number, timing. On top of that, it also can sort by. It also can sort by bus arrival timing.
Okay.
So more or less, I know when the bus is coming. You know, like I say, if it is 2 minutes or 3 minutes before, I will ask somebody. Because what happens is, if the bus is going to take 10 minutes to come,
Yeah.
and And I wait down there and I ask somebody, other people's bus may come first,
Yeah.
and then he will leave.
Yeah.
Then I will be asking everybody every time here and there. So I always wait until about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
So because most of the bus app, there are many of these bus app in the market that you can use. Now what happens is I use this one simply because there are certain things that I can do. Like for example, sorting in this order, sort of bus timing, arriving order, or the bus stop itself, and so on and so forth. And I'm not so concerned about the accuracy and timing simply because they are all from the same base.
Yeah.
All bus app takes from the same Land Transport Authority database. So the timings are all the same. So there are many different kinds of interface. This is one of them that I use because it's simple, fast. Okay? I go inside, I can straight away access. It allows me to set, for example, favorite bus stops and so on and so on, and things nearby. So when I go to a place nearby, I access this. I can know that this is the bus stop that I'm in, and so on. And then I know what bus is there. I know from there I can, when the bus is coming, etc., etc. Now the other bus app that I use is Move It. This one.
Okay.
This one, the interface is totally different.
Yeah.
This one is good in a sense that it tells me when to alight. You see, if I want to go back and so on, if I double tap on this, I can actually, set on a route that I can just go in, and then it will allows me to know, and then it actually tells me where to alight and so on, which bus stop to alight, etc., etc. So before it reach the bus stop, 2 bus stops before it reach, it will give me a notification.
Okay.
1 bus stop before it reach, it will give me another notification, so that I don't miss the bus stop. You see, and it is GPS based.
Okay.
So it allows me to go. So this is the bus app that I use basically to know when to alight and so on. It will show me the bus route and everything if I want to see them.
Okay.
Actually, both also will show me the buses. So it's a matter of interchangeability and so on, how I use the things.
Yeah.
So these are the 2 main apps that I use for transport.
Okay.
Now if it comes to MRT, although that one also gives some MRT stuff and so on, MRT is slightly easier. Okay, because when you reach the station, you go into the station. If you are inside the train, you get announcement. So it's not a problem. It is. The only thing you need to know is which direction. So most of the time, I just ask people, is this going to towards this direction or going towards the other direction? And if I want to know, say, connection and so on. Okay, this is a train app that I use that allows me to show connectivity in trains and so on. For example, I can say, I want to stick from this station to this station, and then it will tells me how to actually take which direction to go through, how long and so on and so forth. It will tell me where to change as well, in the chain and so on. So this is a MRT one. Because I normally don't combine the 2, because those bus app that tells you take bus, take MRT and etc. all in one app is very troublesome. Sometimes I find it very confusing. So this one is straightforward. MRT for MRT, bus for bus. So if I take bus, I use bus one. If I take MRT, I use MRT one. Okay. These are just some of the navigation aids that I use. Okay. Now if you notice, I have a whole row of navigational aids on my phone. You have seen this in bus, you have seen Move It. SMRT Connect is not basically used, but mainly only for announcement. You see, sometimes MRT breakdown, stuff like this. It will announce through this app. So I just put this app here, but of course it also allows you to access for certain things and so on. Now there are other things, like for example GPS Compass that I use. Now this one allows me to tells me which direction I have to go. Say for example, if I'm overseas or I go to a place which I'm totally not sure of, I can actually use this to navigate if I want to. Okay. All you need to do is, you see, this one allows you to set a point. Say for example, if you're overseas at a hotel, you set a point, and then basically you can just go to any of those points that you set, and it actually will bring you back. You see, it will tell you which direction to go to and so on. So although I cannot see the arrow very clearly, I can always ask people. So if I am with somebody else, people will tell me which direction to move to. And that is the direction towards that place. This one doesn't give you anything except for that direction. It just gives you that direction. And how far is it? So you just follow the arrow and walk. Ultimately, you will reach your destination somewhere.
Isn't it easier to use Google Maps then?
Say again?
Google Maps?
Google Map is very confusing because I can't see the map. I don't know where I am and etc. etc. Although it tells you, but it will tell you where to turn, where to do and so on. But it is sometimes how to say? You see, because Google Map accuracy is such that it is between 30 meters to and so on. So sometimes you can make a wrong turn. You see, especially when they tell you where to turn. If you're in a car, it's okay because you're moving fast. But when you're walking, sometimes 30 meters one road and 10 meters here another road, you get lost. You will turn into a wrong place. So I don't like to use Google Map in that sense. This one is nothing. This one is my blinds card that I use. Okay. What happens is this is, you see, when people like us take buses, we are supposed to show them this card. We take bus free. We show them this card, you see, but instead of showing them the card, physical card like that, I put it inside my phone. So when I bought the bus, I show the driver my card, big, so he can see. Okay. Okay, I have got other navigational aids. You know, like for example, get there. All those other navigational, the common one like my transport and so on from Transit Link, GPS, SGMRT, SingBus, etc. etc. There are many other apps. Once in a while I may touch them, sometimes I don't use them. Okay. I organize my phone according to how I want to use it. So you can see my phone, sometimes people say a lot of things, but it is essential to me that I use it according to what I want. So I have got, for example, all my transportation apps down here, all my other news and so on apps down here, my multimedia apps down here with radios and so on, all my other folders that I organize myself, you know, like for example, if I want to go to food and shopping, I will go to here and so on and so forth. Okay. You know, I got system and so on where I can go in and check and so on. These are just some of those things that I do, you know, like I go walking and so on. I want to know how much I walk and so on and so forth. Okay. I link my app to some other things which I have got some advantage. Okay. What else do you want to know? Very difficult for me to explain everything. I just give you a rough idea. So I use my phone very extensively. You know, I use my phone very extensively.
So how easy is it for you to click a photo?
Oh, because I can see slightly. Again, I have my photo app down here. So I mean, I can take agak-agak. You know, sometimes I can approximate and then I can shoot lah. But sometimes may be wrong lah. You see, I can shoot lah. Shooting a photo is easy because I can tell it all talks. If not, I can always say cheese, smile. You know, it takes.
Like that.
Yeah, sometimes you know, I think smile. You know, it will shoot. Yeah? So I don't care lah. Sometimes it may be wrong, but it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter lah. Yeah. So it depends lah. You know, sometimes it can be wrong, but it's okay. Okay. But if not, I can always touch the button. You know, sometimes I know, you know, like the button shutter. It says shutter button, so I know where to press. But if the phone doesn't talk, then I will have problem.
Yeah.
Because I touch, I don't know where is it. Is it like now I know it goes back and so on, so I can tell. You know, even without looking at it, I can tell.
What features will you like?
So what features would you like in an application?
I mean, obviously, if it is an application that you mentioned like that, obviously to be able to recognize object and tell me in real time,
Yeah.
or even to sort of recognize wordings and so on in real time would be very, very nice.
Okay.
That is more than good enough.
Is it better than like recognizing real time, or would you prefer to click the photo and then have it processed and get into that?
Of course, if you ask me, I say I wouldn't like to lah. You know, but how good it can be, I cannot tell lah. Of course, if I'm wearing a sort of a Google glass, let's say for example, I wear a Google glass.
Yeah.
If I look at something, I cannot tell what is inside. But if there are words inside, if you can just tell me in real time, that would be very nice. You see, that would be fantastic. But obviously, I don't expect this kind of thing to be so fast, because it will require power, processing speed, etc., etc. It won't be so easy. You know? But of course, if you ask me to see and then take a photo and then interpret that photo, also I don't mind. You know, that will be the alternative lah. But the ultimate will be, you know, I just look around and it tells me. That will be, of course, I can zoom in, zoom out will be best. But it is of course asking for too much in that sense.
No, but I think it will be an upcoming.
I mean, in time to come, I think it will be like that. You know, I don't know. You see. But as a start, you know, if you say I have to, you know, sort of do something to take a photo and then you interpret that photo with whatever wordings inside, that will also be very nice. You see, that will be very nice. Because as it is now, it is very cumbersome to actually go and, you know, do a OCR, read and so on and so forth. You see, I would rather like to have the spectacles that I can wear and, you know, just, you know, click and then interpret that for me. That would be nice. But of course,
And also, if it is in real time, it will keep reading everything and it might get a little annoying if like you don't.
yes, of course, it can be very annoying.
An on and off
yes.
switch.
So it can be maybe on and off kind of thing, you know, on just to read and so on, off and then you just switch off the thing so that you don't bother. Okay. But with regards to object recognition, I don't know how, but I always find object recognition to be a little bit problematic. You see, because giving the wrong info is sometimes problematic to it, but it will be good if it can sort of help for people who uses the cane or sort of a virtual cane. You know, meaning to say you can recognize sort of blockage in front or object that you know hinders you when you walk. That will be more than good enough. You know, instead of telling me what that object is. You know, if you say there is a hole down there in front of what, I think it's more than good enough. You see. Meaning to say, if you can use some kind of echo or infrared thing to measure some distance or some object in front of you or whatsoever and interpret it back, that will be very nice. You see. That will help as well. Meaning to say, I don't have to really carry a cane, you know. You know, for us, carrying a cane sometimes is a hindrance. It's a hindrance sometimes. I won't say it doesn't help. It helps, you see. But provided you are on some terrain that are okay. If you're on a terrain that, you know, it's not very even and so on, it's not easy to navigate with a quiet cane. So I don't know, because that is the problem. Because sometimes when you see when you carry a cane, sometimes people in front walking you cannot tell. Your cane will knock onto people. That is one thing. People will trip on your cane. That's another, which is actually very bad. You know, people from behind is okay, but people from the front, because his back is facing you, he cannot see you, and you cannot see him. You know what I mean? So when you start swiping your cane, you will be swiping on him as well. You see, but if I can have something that tells me, hey, in front there is something, therefore I don't go and, you know, do something, you know, poke my cane in front and trick him, you know, in that sense, that will be nice. You see, that will be nice, so that I can sort of maneuver with more care as well as sure thing, you know, rather than Every time you sub and then you don't know whether people are in front or not, and then whether there's any object in front of you or not. There will be something like that instead of just recognizing object, because I understand recognizing object maybe not so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, recognize people okay maybe, but recognize object itself. I mean, not so simple. Even if I say you take and recognize a chair,
Yeah.
there are many things to recognizing a chair. Sometimes the chair may not look like a chair.
Yeah.
I cannot tell. People like us cannot tell. Maybe you all can see, but you can tell it's a chair. But to interpret it as a chair is a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay? So I understand that kind of thing. So it may not be so easy to interpret. But if you can tell me there is a blocking object in front of me, that is good enough for me.
Okay.
Any other ideas that you have that you think you want to do?
I was actually first wanting to do a navigational application, but then I thought about how there are so many already existing, and most people must be already used to that application. So then for them to switch to a new one will be very irritating. So then I thought of this one because, I know that there are so many, in a supermarket, there are so many objects which look the same. Suppose milk, there are multiple milk packages which look exactly the same and you don't know which company it is. So that's when I thought of the idea of actually having it read out the label. Or suppose someone is health conscious or want to know the ingredients, so this would be the label for you and the price. So
I think it's good because as for pricing, currently by using this kind of OCR app,
yes.
when I go to a supermarket, one problem that I have is even though I know the price tag is there, sometimes the OCR cannot read the price tag.
Oh.
You see what happens is supermarket now like to use those electronic LCD price tag.
Yeah.
That kind
So they don't put on the
cannot read.
packaging. Oh.
OCR program all cannot read. No matter which one you use also no use.
Oh.
It doesn't read the tag.
Okay.
Somehow. I tried many times.
Because of the light, it reflects on the camera, so it doesn't.
I'm not sure whether is it because of the light or is it because of the LCD panel or because of something else. Almost all the OCR cannot read the price tag. Those electronic one.
Yeah.
Even though I try to sometimes because at first I thought the contrast is no good.
Yeah.
Cannot read I try to take black and white picture.
Oh.
Change the contrast to high contrast.
Yeah.
It still doesn't read.
Oh.
Somehow I don't know, it doesn't read that tag. Manual tag that people write or what one, okay.
Yeah.
Those kind okay, printed one all okay. But that kind cannot read. So many times I go to supermarket, I cannot tell the price.
Yeah.
There is one
and they
thing.
don't put it on the package.
Yeah,
also.
correct. They don't have the the normal
Yeah.
label and price tag anymore.
Yeah.
You see?
Actually, in India,
Yes.
we have the price tag.
Unless the best is you can get into the supermarket database.
Yeah. Then you can read the
If the
barcode.
supermarket is willing to share the database out, just like bus app and so on, where they share the timing out, then it will be very easy for us because you can take the barcode.
Yeah.
Barcode very easy. And then if you access the database, you can get everything you want. It will tell you the product, it will tell you what it is, it will tell you every damn thing inside. That is the best. You see, but so there are so many supermarkets in Singapore.
Yeah.
Not everybody have got a database.
Yeah.
The bigger ones maybe.
Probably cold storage.
Yes, if you can get into their database and they are willing to share the database, for this kind of purpose, it will be very good.
Okay.
It will be very good because theoretically they should have a database. They should have a database. They also theoretically should be able to give you much more information. Like for example, if this product, not only how much and so on, it should be able to tell you the batch and so on and so forth. It should be able to tell you all the other information. It should be able to tell you all the related information as well. You see, if the supermarket wants to share the database out, of course that is the best. You see, but of course they are also wary. They are wary, to share database out like that, unless they have got some advantage. Otherwise, no meaning for the supermarket to share the database. You know what I mean? If they have got no advantage, no meaning for them to share.
Yeah.
because they also will use the same database for stock update.
Okay.
Surely for
Yeah.
stock updates and so on, you know.
The expiry date also you might be having.
Expiry date, I'm not sure if they can put it in because on the shelf, maybe possible, maybe not. I'm not sure.
But when you buy milk, is it easy for you to know the expiry date?
Yes,
Yeah?
of course.
Of the OCR, you can detect.
But like for example, milk. I also buy milk very often, but expiry date I cannot see. I cannot
Okay.
tell.
Okay.
I cannot tell. I always have to ask people, but I take it that most of the time, you know, if they put inner the shelf, the longer the expiry date.
Yeah. That's what we do too.
Use a little bit of logic, You take the inside one, you don't
Yeah.
take the outside one. You get longer expiry date.
Yeah.
You know, in that sense, lah. You know, but to actually tell, I cannot tell. I cannot see the expiry date. You
So
see.
the OCR app cannot detect that.
Cannot. Sometimes can because that one in word
Very
sometimes
fine
very
print, yeah.
difficult to see.
Yeah.
You know, but of course it will be very nice if they can give the expiry date. That will be very
Yeah.
good. But it's more than good enough to know what the product is, how much it costs, etc.
Yeah.
You know, better still if all the database for every supermarket can be combined together. You tell me where is the cheapest price one.
That will require contacting a lot of.
Yes. You know, if
Companies,
they can share out all their databases,
Yeah.
somebody can write an app to compare the same product across all the supermarket and tell you where you can get this product cheap.
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody will do
I
a
think-
business out of it.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm in business like that, I will consolidate all the things. I just write an app to access. So you want to buy, give me your grocery list. I
Yeah.
will just take your grocery list, go and pick all the cheapest one, and then
Yeah.
tell you where to buy all the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
But
And
people
then-
usually don't prefer going to
Yes,
different
people like to
places.
compare, people like to see. On top of giving you where all the, if you buy at this supermarket, the same list, how much it costs. You buy at this supermarket, the same list, how much it costs. Instead of going to different supermarket, then we can get everything at one place. Or if you
Yeah.
want to go to these two supermarket, buy this product here, and you save
Yeah.
more. Things
Yeah.
like that you can do. I mean, if your computer is very easy.
Yeah.
Once you get the database, it's very easy.
Yeah.
You know, and whether the supermarket wants to share or not is a matter lah.
Yeah.
That is the important thing. You see. But if the supermarket wants to share, the supermarket can have additional advantage. Like for example, well, you can do an analysis of if people buy this, people also buy what. You know, that kind of
Yeah.
analysis.
Yeah.
So you can always have, if you have a grocery list inside down here like that, okay, then maybe you also want to buy this.
Yeah.
Then just do all the things together. Just do all the things together and so on. Then, you know, I mean, a lot of people will benefit from it. Not just people like us, but
Yeah.
even people who can see also will
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
My phone, a lot of nonsense.
It's so fast, how do you understand it?
Huh?
She speaks so quickly.
Oh yes. My speech rate is set
Yeah.
higher because I can set it lower, but I find lower not so efficient because I want to listen to a lot of things. I want it very fast, so
Yeah.
I set it higher. But most people say they cannot hear.
Yeah, even I can't
Yeah,
understand.
most people say they cannot hear, but for me it seems okay. I'm used to it lah, so it's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Anything else?
So I don't know how I can help you more. You know, any other things you want to know, you can ask.
Yeah, I'd probably get to you in the later stages of the design. So
No
that
problem,
we can-
no problem. You can get back to me again anytime. You know, message me or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, whatever I can help you, or I can give you any other things. You can just let me know, see what I can help. You know, I see what I can help you with, lah.
Okay.
You know, because I think you just started the thing, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you have a conceptual idea first, and then
Yeah.
go deeper into it. You may want to know more things and so on.
Yeah.
Maybe I can help you with a little bit of insight into
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah. So I'll probably when I develop the application, you can test it out for me and then I can make the changes.
Okay, okay, yeah. But I hope you are successful because people like us definitely benefit from something like this. You know, if that is what you want to do, it will be very good.